My name's Lee Perlman. I'm a consumer bankruptcy attorney. I've been practicing bankruptcy law since 1994. I've helped thousands of people in the state of New Jersey deal with foreclosures, wage garnishments, bank levies, and give them breathing room and a fresh start. What would be the circumstances someone would file a Chapter 13? One, they have too much equity in their home. So we talked about the fact that using a simple example that someone's filing individually and they have more than $25,000 or $30,000 worth of equity after cost of sale and taxes, that equity may not be protected. They may want to consider a Chapter 13. Or let's say they're earning above $75,000, $80,000 and they're a single individual. They don't pass something called the means test. They may want to be in a Chapter 13 because the Chapter 7 may get objected to or could be dismissed because they selected the wrong chapter. So your attorney should run a means test, and your attorney should also perform what's called a liquidation analysis, which is a fancy term for making sure that you have a good realtor who has a valuation that's sound. A market analysis such as a CMA, a market analysis, comparative market analysis, an appraisal, a BPO. You want to know that the value of the property is not too great. And three, there are circumstances where you want to file a Chapter 13 to protect the house or protect the car. You've fallen behind on the mortgage. You've fallen behind on the car. The car has been repossessed. If I have a client who comes to me and the car has been repossessed yesterday and the car is insured, I can file bankruptcy at 3 o'clock and have the car back by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Very powerful tool. My car's been repossessed. I can't get to work. Okay, is the car insured? Do you have income? Yes. We may want to talk about a Chapter 13. What's your interest rate on the car? Oh, my interest rate is 25%. Guess what? We may be able to cram down the interest rate on your vehicle to provide for an interest rate that's more in line with what interest rates are today, 5, 6, 7%. Save a person a significant amount of money through a Chapter 13. What else can you do in a Chapter 13? Let's say that you owe more on the home than the home is worth and you have a mortgage. You have a secondary mortgage that is impairing the value of the home. You can cram down that mortgage, meaning you can strip off or cram down the mortgage in a Chapter 13 if you make your regular monthly payments. So a Chapter 13 is a repayment bankruptcy. You're going to pay a certain amount a month based on your income and your expenses and your assets. The attorney's going to formulate what that payment is, and then your barometer for future credit in a Chapter 13 is whether and if you're making those payments timely. So if you have your trustee payment set at $500 a month and it's timely, and you have 6, 7, 8 months of payments after about a year period of time, you may be able to refinance your house in your bankruptcy with good payments. Barometer for future credit means that other creditors are looking at whether and if your payment history is good. That's your barometer for future credit in the Chapter 13. If payments are being made timely, you're in a situation where your credit is improving. Okay? So, those are some significant differences between 7 and 13. We won't talk a lot about a Chapter 11. That's usually reserved for a business or for somebody who has debt over a certain level. What's an example of that? For instance, in a Chapter 13, you can't have more than $400,000 or so worth of unsecured debt, or you'd be disqualified for a Chapter 13. So some cases you could file a personal Chapter 11 or for a business.